here's the annual Fellow Mobile Suit Show. We veterans of the one you war gather our old mobile suits and we share the stories, we teach the youngins, and we just have a good time. This boy right here is the RGM-79 Jim. Deployed in it at Jabro, we was assigned to protect the southwestern quadrants from the Zeeks. Remember in battle, I managed to shoot down 3 of them teddy bears and 7 of them Z-Goks. Didn't get hit or nothing either. The beauty of the gym lies in its simple frame. You can modify whatever you want it. Low atmo, high atmo, cold, hot, underwater, colony, and space. Yes, sir. Here's my buddy Derek. Tell us about your shoot, Derek. This right here is the RX-75 gun tank mass production type. It has minimum weight of 56 metric tons, power output of 878 kilowatts, and is equipped with a pair of 120mm low recoil cannons and a pair of 40mm 4-barrel bot missile launchers. I deployed it in heavy artillery base assault ops in Southeast Asia. Though it may not go as fast as other mobile suits, no suit can hit a base from 200 kilometers like this one can. Yes, sir. Each year we do this show, a big star is Jober's Fed Guy. Tell us about the Fed Guy, Jober. This suit, originally built by the Zeeks, is a modified MSM-04 AT Guy. During an attack on Jabro, my squadron of GMs surrounded and captured this AT Guard with minimal damage. We equipped it with experimental artillery and I was designated to be its pilot. During the final land-offs of the war, I snuck straight to the Zeke's main California base, destroyed their HQ and comm facilities, and jerried right out of there. Because of the Fed Guy right here, the entire Federation was able to retake the entire West Coast. Very yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now do it without rednecks.
Hello, one and all. Welcome to the Mechpit chat. We're still kind of playing around with some of these little things we got in the background here. So I figure why not start off with that little highlight. The silly things you find around the internet that you'd be frankly quite surprised to see manage to. It's true what they say, how the internet is forever, and some things just never get deleted. I am, of course, your host, Ironcaster, here to bring us into the week, because it is Monday, and I figure what better way than to start us out on a little bit of a highlight, with a little bit of fun chit chat. With me tonight is a tabletop junkie.
What's up, everybody? Background. Not great. But I will get back on my feet. The biggest part of my crisis is over. I had a family emergency since Saturday night, but we moved on from it. We got things hopefully enough resolved to where now I can just pick up the pieces.
That's right. You've got some stuff of your own going on, but Yep. At the very least, we can put all that aside, and we can have some fun here tonight.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm about. Tabletop fun. Woo! Or cases like that. But you know what? Ironcaster, I've got to get you for some Mechton Zeta, because that is up your alley, because it's a game about giant robots.
Oh, it's one I've been aware of for quite a while now, but there's always that challenge of for a while, the longest time there was always getting the funds together, but now I sort of don't have that issue, but now it's I just have the issue of the time.
That happened to me too, just lack of money, and now I have the money. I don't have the time. I'm funny how that works out.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Billy Bob. Or Hillbilly Ironcaster. There you go. Or Hillbilly Caster. There you go. Are you a hobomancer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's a game, right? Called Hobomancer. It's a bunch of hobos playing on a train, and they can cast spells.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is a whole other thing. But it's an actual tabletop game. I don't know who it's made by. I can't remember. Let me see. Hobomancer. Hobomancer is made by Hex Games and uses the Quag system. It's a role-playing game. Yes. American History Folklore is in the second edition, and if I'm not mistaken, it might be out of print. It's still in print. Never mind. So, yeah, there you go. I'll have to link that to you sometime.
Yeah, I want to check that out because I want to go and embody this now. I want to go get my bindle, get my can of beans, and just gotta go with my two furs and fight Jim Bob for the last of the squirrel meat.
No, you fight demons for the last of the squirrel meat, but okay.
PvP is on, baby.
Yeah, you fight demons and stuff like that, and then they take your squirrel meat because they're evil.
Those bastards.
I know, right? And then they inhabit the squirrel so they can eat you.
This is getting crazy.
I know, right?
The heck? This is... Sorry, green screen is looking a little funky. Let me see if I can't kick that up a bit. There we go. That's a little better. But anyway, it is now Monday, and I think we've been I've been feeling pretty good. I kind of started binging through a bit more anime this week. I got like one of the current series kind of all caught up, but I figured that probably might be a good place to start there. Table Talk, what have you been watching lately? What's been good for you?
Well, right now it's just been a lot of Christmas stuff. Unfortunately, anime is kind of out right now, but hopefully I'll get it back by next month. I actually, because of the situation, I had to cancel my Crunchyroll, sadly. But I've been watching a lot of Christmas stuff. I've watched Red One with J.K. Simmons and Dwayne Johnson. I've watched Violent Night with David Harbour. I've watched there was one other one. Oh, A Wonderful Knife. It's a Wonderful Knife with Justin Long. Where's your question at? Because you got a question here.
I want to make sure I heard that right. A Wonderful Knife?
Yes, it's A Wonderful Knife with Justin Long.
I'm a little mad that I didn't come up with this idea first.
No. That movie came out in 2023, and Justin Long is the bad guy. You look like you're constipated or pissed off or frustrated with the fact you didn't come up with it first and you're fading out of existence. He's going in his time machine, everybody. Because he's like, I'm fixing that. No. Oh, he's all the way out. Anyway, I have the show. So, oh, there he is. The time vortex couldn't keep him. Damn it. I think I've also watched Krampus too. I love Krampus. I love the Krampus movie.
So of those movies, I had to sit down this week and watch Violent Night for Talk Hard. So that was, one movie I kind of checked off the list, and not bad. I'd say it's probably just kind of my immediate thought is it's a solid C.
I give it a B. I mean, but that's only because I agree with Pops. David Harbour's acting was top notch, although he was subject to the crappy writing. There was a couple issues that I did have with the movie, like we didn't get to see Mrs. Claus, so we don't know who so we only get to imagine what she looks like. We didn't get to see a lot of him using, like, he uses more of his strength from backgrounds, which that was okay. But I wanted to see more of him going through his history in life of what he was when he was a Viking, because he was a raider, and he mentioned he was a very bad man. And I wanted to see how he got to be. The third opportunity we lost out on is them seeing how he became Father Christmas.
There's a lot kind of left up. There's a lot they really could have taken the time to flesh out more. Like you said, we only saw those snippets, and you really want to see more about that. And while I get that shouldn't be the focus, you gotta give us something, because there's too much left. There's too much left unexplored.
All we knew was he was a raider. He was in love. He had a missus, but was it the same missus he was in love with when he was a raider? Now we assume that is true, but we don't know if that's actually what the writers had intended, if they had intended anything. So there was a lot left up to the imagination. I wish there was just more tidbits filled in. That's all I'm saying.
That, and it would be nice for them to kind of touch on the magic a bit, because, I mean, we're basically told for that entire movie, like, I don't know how this works, it just does.
Well, how does magic work anyway? It's a metaphysical thing, so, I mean...
Right, but it feels like a cop out.
You know what? You're right. I have to agree with that too. It is a cop out.
But anyway, that is it. Like I said, it's basically for anyone who doesn't know, Violent Night is basically what if Santa Claus was John McClane in Die Hard, dealing with some Home Alone bandits trying to break into a rich person's house.
Only think of Hellboy without dealing with Hellboy. And the bandits aren't supernatural. They're regular bandits, but they can kick some major ass. Excuse my language, but
I mean, you're not wrong.
I think the bad guy, I can never pronounce the guy's name, but he played a good bad guy.
Oh, John Leguizamo? Yes.
He played a damn good bad guy.
Oh, to me, he's always going to be the Violator.
Or tonight, you can call him Scrooge.
But anyway, with that, why don't we jump onto the first of our little subjects here? And this is one that I know is quite near and dear to your heart. In all our years together, we've talked quite a bit about this particular subject. And but Reggie, real quick before we do that, why don't I go ahead and bring on Punkwaddle? Hello.
I heard somebody say cop out.
Oh,
wrong type of cop out.
I'm a sheriff anyway, so good. Terrible segue. Who came up with this?
Ironcaster.
Oh, okay. Good evening, gentlemen.
So, like I said, with that, we there was a couple of prominent stories that sort of came up this week, and well, nothing's really mech oriented with kind of our little corner of things. I thought it'd be fun to talk about nonetheless. We got some details about the upcoming Superman movie, including a new poster, and I wanted to get on with you with Tabletop Junkie in particular to talk about this because he is Mr. Superman. I know like this man lives and breathes that blue those blue pajamas. Like I've seen him wear them before.
Oh,
very funny. But yes, that is true.
He didn't deny it.
I can't tell a lie. I have this bad tendency of telling the truth. It's bad as like liar, liar, except the wish never goes away.
Fair enough.
I can't tell a lie. I love Superman.
Royal blue.
But with that
the pen is never mind.
But Superman is woo.
We got our first little teaser poster of Superman.
Any idea who it's supposed to be of? Like which actor?
It's supposed to be the new actor, and his name I always forget. I can never remember.
Yeah, I don't know
the actor names. I'm sure once we get closer to it, we start seeing more press junkets and that. When they start putting his name out more prominently, that's when I'm probably going to actually bother to remember it. I mean, I say this, but I still can't remember Bat Sparkle's name.
David Cornersweat.
Cornersweat.
I have no idea. It is Korenswet. Cornersweat. I'm sorry. I'm just getting corn and sweat. There we go.
How about we just call him Dave?
What up, Dave?
I'll call him Dave.
Oh, he was also in the new Twister.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that the guy who's playing Superman is so Americana, like the cornfields of Kansas? His name is Cornsweat?
I'm gonna spell his name out here.
I mean, Vince Womack just got in the chat, unless we're doing it wrong.
And you're like, wait.
That's how you say corn syrup. I knew this project wasn't.
Well, and then on top of that, like you said, his last movie was what, Twisters? Like this dude is made for the Midwest. Like tornado chasing. Come on, this is all Superman at this point.
Yeah.
My God, it's perfect.
Very true.
But but like I said, we got this new little poster here, and all things considered, I don't exactly hate it. There's a bit of an Alex Ross sort of vibe to it.
Just please, God, I don't want to see him lift a continent. I've already went through one film. I liked it. But then after having years of exposing to the return, I'm sitting here going, wow, he lifted a continent. Not that impressive.
So you don't want return to Superman? Or
no,
you don't want to return to Superman Returns?
No.
You don't want to return to Superman.
But do you want to Reeves Returns to Return to Superman Returns?
Yeah, there we go. I want to. You know what? I just want to see him take on Lex Luthor, the real way.
I'm in pain. Not
this bullshit. I left a cotton over my head that Lex made with my crystals way. Not with the I don't know what else they did. Oh, Henry Cavill wasn't so bad. I just want to see some cool battles.
Let's see. The first synopsis for Superman. James Gunn takes on the original superhero in the newly imagined DC universe with a singular blend of epic action, humor, and heart, delivering a Superman who's driven by compassion and an inherent belief in the goodness of humankind.
Oh,
and look, Junkie, I know you might be a little jaded. You've got your biases here, but for me, that's kind of pulling on the heartstrings in the way I want for Superman.
Nicholas Hoult is playing Lex Luthor, so I can get behind this.
Okay. We're getting some positives out of this so far.
Yep. He is finally going to meet up with the Justice League. We're going to have Hawk Girl, Green Lantern, Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern. Never mind.
Yes.
Sorry.
Is it really announced? Is that really true?
I mean, this is what I'm looking up on the internet. I mean, I don't know if it's really, I mean, take it all like a grain of salt, but I
remember hearing
just what there's like a lot of different articles I'm looking through, but yeah, supposedly this is what we got to look forward to, guys.
I can deal with Fillion.
But not only that, Tabletop, do you happen to know which Green Lantern Nathan Fillion is playing off the top of your head?
It's not official, but from what at least I don't think it is. I could be wrong. Might be official. But they said it's going to be Guy Gardner.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been hearing for a while now. And yeah, I tell you, all things considered, I kind of want to see Guy Gardner because he's the biggest asshole around, and you want to see someone who just want to see punched. You want Guy Gardner there because you want to see him sort of get that pratfall.
Oh, okay. Yes. So hear me out. They do this, right? There has to be. I'm calling it right now. There has to be a cameo or an end credit scene after Guy Gardner has proved himself to be like the tool of the century, right? And then there has to be a walk-on with Ryan Reynolds also like competing to be the tool of the century also as well.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that, but that would be kind of nice.
I know, but it would be beautiful. Or some reference there's got to be some reference to it if they're going to go for that route. I'm just saying it. Some nod. I would be remiss. Anyway, sorry.
Well, there was one other little thing I kind of saw over here with this other post where James Gunn kind of teased this version of the poster, which would look great as like a lenticular, I think.
Yes.
The fact that he's saying look up. Yeah, which, yes, there's the obvious like Superman, he's flying, but really, I think it's kind of the right tone to have. Look up, because they're sort of like you want someone who could be that hope to look up to.
Well, that or it's look to the sky, because that was in part of the original statement in the 1940 Superman cartoon. Yeah. So it could be a callback for nostalgia, which I think would be perfect for 2025, as that the other nostalgia everybody else burnt up for us, which wasn't really nostalgic. It was just a huge letdown.
Well, like I said, this active poster thing is doing a lot of nostalgia baiting, member berry. Like there's a lot of just I hate to use the term that the kids are saying, but good vibes coming from it. I know we'll get like a real teaser on Thursday to see what actually is, but this is at least hype, like you said, hype in the right direction of this is what Superman Americana should feel like, should look like a multitude of sins of if the iteration of the suit isn't exactly your favorite, or all these little minor things, like if the whole concept meets these, like I said, these big grandiose principles again, they could have something on their hands. We'll find out.
I mean, that's always the challenge with these stuff, because like people like the nerds can get super picky over like the costume. Like, you know, for example, I don't like these really sharp angled S for the Superman S. Like, I like that classic kind of look. I just want like the nice curve, like we used to see in like the comics.
Mm-hmm.
It's classic.
Well,
it should be that way.
That S can cut you.
Yeah, and I know that S is from a version of the comic or version of Superman. It's just the 80s angular thing. I know he's far out in space, man, but still.
Yeah. But I mean, it's something I'm just kind of, I want to have hope, and really, what better hero to have hope in than the one who best exemplifies hope? I mean, after all, we know that's what we know the S stands for.
Yep.
Yes.
Junkie hates that I said that.
No, it's not that. I'm kind of suffering what you call a superhero burnout. We've had multiple Supermen in the last few years. We've had multiple iterations of multiple different superheroes. I feel like they can never get Batman right. Or whatever they would consider Batman being right. But Christian Bale was, Christian Bale and Ben Affleck, I did like him as Batman, and but they'll never replace Michael Keaton for me. So, we've had a lot of iterations, and I just want to see a good Justice League movie.
Oh God,
yeah.
Well, the thing is, that's frankly, I hate to say it, they have to kind of go the Marvel route with this, and they have to build up to it. But DC,
but the problem is,
I don't know, they wanted to have the cake and eat it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched.
They didn't want to do that.
All of Snyder's. I don't think I ever watched it.
Vince, I certainly hope we get the vinyl wrap, skill, ability kind of brought up at some point. Oh, I see. I didn't realize it stood for Sears.
Oh, dear God.
Well, as a tried and true American brand, I think the Home Depot or Lowe's is better suited at this point to carry on the Craftsman brand.
Yeah. But in the end, we'll be finding out probably Thursday on this. One way or the other how it's going to go. And hey, maybe we'll get something better than him casually putting on his boots while the moon blows up.
Yeah, that was announced so long ago. There's people that I haven't even seen on the internet that were ranting and raving about that. Since then, yeah. It's funny how the news on this slowly breaks, and by the time it actually comes out, how long have we been teased of its existence?
For a while.
Far too long. It's up there with like I Am Legend having the Batman versus Superman little thing in it. But
the book was better.
Yes, it was. So, with all the movie talk, like, and I've got some hope for the Superman thing there. How are you guys feeling about the other big movie that's coming out this weekend? The one I think is going to be the big Christmas movie this year.
Wait, the Rings of Power? I mean, the Power Rings?
Something like that.
Oh, no. Hell no. Be better. I think I know which one you're talking about.
No, I'm really talking about Sonic. He uses the power-up rings. Like, making rings great again is probably what I should have said.
Yeah, I would have been like, are we talking about Sonic or are we talking about the Lord of the Rings here?
We're not talking about the Rohirrim. No.
Oh, God. Thank God.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was trying to be cool, and there's too many derivatives in my own head that I missed.
We have too many. Well, no, the problem is we've had too many crappy TV shows and movies with the word rings in it.
Yeah, like I was trying to make a play on Amazon, but I forgot. I honestly, I had a friend make a joke, not even an hour ago at dinner about should I go see the Rohirrim movie, and be like, ha ha ha, it sounds terrible. But and it was like, is it on Amazon yet? But yeah, and then I just wiped it out of my mind because I remember watching the Sonic cartoons as a kid, and he always had to get those little power rings.
Yep.
And I had to hold on to those. Sonic, he's desperate. He's dying. Oh, give him the ring. Pew!
Well, I got news for you guys. I will be seeing as soon as possible. I will be getting my hands on the third Sonic movie because I have faith in that movie. And I'm going to explain why. Number one, the first movie was good. I wanted a little bit more in it, but it was good enough to where it was considered the best movie of the time. However, it did not get that award, sadly. And then the second movie of Sonic came out, and I thought that was better. I'm glad we got to see Tails and Knuckles. I'm glad they introduced them. I thought eventually they were going to just introduce like each new friend at a movie, but the fact that we got Tails and Knuckles in the same movie, and then a little bit of lore behind it, and the CGI is great. I actually love Sonic 2. It's mine and my son's favorite. So we can't wait to see Sonic 3 because the voice of Shadow is Keanu Reeves, and I'm a big Keanu fan. So, to me, Keanu Reeves will always be either one of these two people. Now he's going to be like one of these three people. He's going to be Shadow, John Wick, or Johnny Silverhand.
You didn't even say Neo. That just breaks my brain.
Yeah, like you were big on the Matrix too. Whoa.
Yeah, Matrix 4 ruined that for me.
Now, I still remember going to see the Matrix in the theaters in the 90s,
but
what about Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
Hey. Let's not knock.
What
Bill
about
and Ted.
that movie where he was a bank robber and it was Patrick Swayze?
That
or
was
that
called.
That time he was a samurai.
Yeah.
What time was this? I don't know the samurai part.
Was it Ronin?
I know about Point Break
Ronin.
though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not see that one, sadly.
Not the Ronin movie with the other guy, right? Yeah, 46. Yeah.
Yeah, Point Break with
Thank you.
Swayze. Before the remake of Point Break, which ruined everything.
Well, some of us are old timers. We can go back to. We remember when it really happened. We don't have to.
I have to go with Vince Womack here. Johnny Mnemonic, which I did see that one, and I did like him in that one too. But I'm sorry. When I knew he was going to be Johnny Silverhand in the 2077 game, which sadly it was not any better upon release other than crashing a lot, but it has gotten a lot better now. Still not perfect. And I heard his voice as Johnny Silverhand. I was like, yes, they got Keanu Reeves. It's always been my thing.
Now that we've built our altar to John Wick.
But yes, we are of course talking about Sonic 3. And I will say, for myself, when they, to kind of rehash on that old story, when they came out and said, hey, we're gonna redo the ugly Sonic and make this look right, I said, okay, you've got my money. I'm gonna go support this.
Yeah, I saw the original concept of Sonic, and I was like, oh my god, if that's what they go with, I'm never gonna watch the movie. But then when I found out they went with something different, I was like, okay. That's a lot better than the original.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and it's gone all this. It's gone and become like a little franchise now. Like we've got a Knuckles show, and some people seem to like it. And now we're seeing like all these like little Easter egg and kind of movie throwback posters kind of getting put out for this one. And so it's like the marketing team is on point with this because like they're leaning into the fact that it's all a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
leaning to Christmas marketing, not that this is a Christmas movie.
Is this being registered as a Christmas movie in the ledgers so that people won't be unsure like Die Hard?
You know what? I'm going to say this right now. If it I was on stream with, I believe it was Ryan Redrathe, and he says if it's a movie, or someone in his stream says if it's a movie that comes out during Christmas, it's a Christmas movie.
And speaking of, which, by the way,
Yes,
we're getting all the Christmas movie posters done up. So
we are.
if Sonic says it's a Christmas movie, then it's a Christmas movie.
I mean, that's fair.
But which, by the way, God, they are on point with this. They have these things coming out like clockwork, and you gotta love them all. Like we got the Scrooge, we've got the Die Hard, we've got Nightmare Before Christmas, we've got all sorts of them at this point.
And it looks like we got Jessica Jones, also known as Kristen Ritter, is playing in the movie. We got a couple new faces. Apparently, Robotnik's got a daughter, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, tying back to the Sonic Adventure 2 story.
Mhm.
Oh god, here's one more for you.
So I dare not say, and I'm hoping he's not watching this stream right now, because if not, it's going to spoil Christmas for him. I got my son the 16 classical games of Sonic.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't know, but when this movie comes out, yes.
Wait, where did you find that poster?
Honestly, at this point, it's just kind of like they're all getting tagged with like the hashtag Sonic Movie 3.
Okay.
And I guess, and Dave, I'm kind of glad you brought that up, because there was that other little story I broke this last week, like where Jim Carrey was saying he's doing these now because he needs the money.
I thought it was just because he was asked to come back and he broke retirement. I didn't think it was a money deal. I just thought it was,
I think it's
we didn't want a new Robotnik. Nobody wanted a new Robotnik. So I mean, it just kind of works out for them both.
And I mean, really, you got to kind of wonder, like, how lucrative, how expensive is California really? Like, if it's getting to the point where some of these legacy actors who, frankly, well, then again, some of these movies are like now 30 years old, and it's like they're kind of surviving off residuals from back then. So unless they didn't like invest that well, then it's like.
It could be a number of things.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there's something like certain people that diversified their portfolio, did a lot of things, and there's other people that just kind of didn't get a job or lived a certain lifestyle. Of course, there's other rumors of other people coming back to certain shows like the Marvel universe because they have things to pay for.
I just thought maybe it's because they just got bored with their lives in retirement because, it happens.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. Who knows what happened? Like, maybe they just got a really expensive drug habit.
Kind of a negative way of looking at it, but okay.
I mean,
you're not wrong. It's acting.
Oh yeah, and there's not even mention that there's also that angle of things, because a lot of, especially with those classic films, streaming rights weren't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I mean, we saw this with Bill Nye, like, because there was nothing about streaming rights in the contract from like the 90s. He gets no residuals. For playing on Disney Plus.
Yep. That makes sense.
It's very possible they all got screwed.
Mm-hmm. Scrooge, yeah.
But who knew? Like, producing companies would bend actors over and just take it. But it's a possibility because streaming was not a thing back when, like, a lot of the actors that are going to retirement, streaming was not a thing. They were before that. Hell, but they were still in the time of the VHS, which you talk about VHS with someone today, they're like, what's a VHS? Videotape? Oh, is it like one of those disc things? Or like one? And I'm like, that's the closest description anybody younger than me gets to.
And I'm like, kid, I'm gonna beat you with a laser disc.
I talked to my son about VHS. I said, son, what's VHS? And he's like, I said, son, what's a VCR? And I've taught him what a VHS and VCR is.
Okay, now you need to have the big challenge of giving him a cassette tape and a pencil and ask him for the correlation.
He ain't gonna pass it.
No.
He's not gonna pass it. People don't even remember what a regular elementary school and middle school projector was, like those low grade projectors where you just put a clear sheet on it and you can write on it.
Yeah,
and it projects to a wall. Nobody knows what those are anymore.
Well, like now when the schools, they just have the more digital version where it does the computer, like it goes to, you can do the little thing in the shadow and then it'll go through the projector on the wall, and so you don't have to angle it. You don't have to look back and realize how shifted your words have become because the podium slightly changed angle and everything looks weird.
These kids, they have it so good now.
Our parents said we had it so good, but you know what's funny? I just had a word with my mom, and my mom was like, "You know what? You have it worse. You have it worse than I did." Because she's like, when you guys were growing up, there wasn't much between her childhood and my childhood. Much did not change. But when it went to me and her grandson, technology is advancing quickly. And Ironcast, I don't know if you know this, but several of our stores of our local city, they are doing away with physical media now.
Like I know that Best Buy just ripped all that out.
Walmart's right. Walmart is doing it too. The Walmart next to me, they are slowly fading.
I have been saying that I think. Well, I was saying I thought 2024 was going to be the year that Walmart finally ripped out the Blu-rays, like the actual DVD section. But I think I jumped the gun just a little bit. Maybe it's going to be this time 2025.
It'll be 2025 because all the Walmarts that I used to go to, they downgraded their section down to one shelf.
Ouch.
It used to be like 3 shelves. Now it used to be 3 shelves, left and right. Now it's just one straight shelf. We don't even get a new DVD section.
Ouch.
So I'm probably have to go head up there at some point and start getting some of those like box sets.
Right now, I just bought the other day, like 2 days ago. I just bought G1 Transformers, the DVD set.
Good man.
Right now they have Dexter's Laboratory up there. They all have Transformers Energon. They do have some old stuff from like when we were kids that they're filling in with, and it's like those are. I'm going to tell you guys something. Those are going to go the way of the vinyls, and vinyls are kind of coming back.
They've been resurgencing. They have.
Well, I think what you're going to see a lot of is you're going to see leaning more into these boutique shops. So much like your Shout Factory or Enjoy the Ride for vinyl records, you're going to see them leaning into that direction more. You're going to see like specialty websites that'll be able to do, small batch print runs.
Oh yeah.
But so there was one other little thing that kind of popped up, and I'm sure I'm probably going to get claimed for this little 30-second clip, but what the heck? I want to talk about some Sentai for a little bit.
Ooh.
Super?
Yes, the Super Sentai. Super, as Frankie would say, super! Because, so, as sort of the two big tokusatsu heroes are Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. And one starts fresh in the spring, one starts fresh in the fall. Kamen Rider is a fall series. It starts fresh in the fall. And Super Sentai is in its like probably episode 40, so we're talking maybe about 3 months away from the reset. And they're at their 50th anniversary for it. So the question's kind of becoming like, are they going to do anything special for this? Well, we're sort of getting the first look at what the new costumes are going to look like, so, for example, this year with Boom Boonger, they have the giant wheels on their faces. I tell you, it's actually a pretty good season, all things considered. But we have this little video they put out,
and
we'll keep the volume low just to see if we can God, just to see like just all the different suits, and after all, you'll start to recognize some over here with us Americans.
Hubcaps. Okay.
It's like, okay, yeah, it's like, oh, there's some kind of neat suits, but again, none of them are recognizable to me anyway. Like this was the stuff that we got.
VR Trooper almost. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although this one looks pretty cool. I like the wheel thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Now all these are recognizable except for the one that says 34. I'm not sure about that one.
Is that not the ninja ones from like the right after with the first or second movie?
No, because that was that might have been.
Because 33 and 34 might have been evolutions. One might have been the TV show, one might have been the movie.
Well, the 33 is the Aqua Ranger, the Aqua Red. And then you got 30 is In Space, Herbo is 31, Zeo is 32, Lost Galaxy is 29, Mighty Morphin's 35. Yeah, I'm not sure about 34. That might have been an added season that Japan got but we never did.
And the ninja was also okay. Go ahead.
Basically, not every single season or series did get adapted over, because especially with like the later years, like there were multiple seasons they just outright completely skipped over. So there's stuff that never did make the jump.
True. Show me more.
All right, we got Lightspeed Rescue, we got Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, Mystic Force. That one is Time Force and Wild Force. And I feel like a nerd. I'm going home, guys. I can name them all.
I watched Mighty Morphin when it was airing, and that's about it, honestly.
Okay.
Oh, and I forgot SPD.
I'm getting bullied here over my Annie list. Look, it's a list of shows I'd like to watch. Just like I'm sure we all have 2 or 3 bookshelves of stuff we'd like to read. As I look at 2 of my shelves.
Yeah,
I read all my books, sort of.
I've read the titles of all the books.
Roll a clip. Overdrive, Beast Morphers, and I didn't get to see the other one.
Oh,
and then now you lost me.
Captain Jack Sparrow, the pirate ones. I feel like I've seen a clip of those.
And then that one they did for like Samurai and Super Samurai, but that's kind of the tail end of it, I think. And at this point, we're just starting to start jumping past like boom, 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 boom.
Look at those wings, though.
I know that thing looks pretty cool. And then you're starting to see some of these. You're like, these costumes look great. Why didn't we get these?
Yeah.
Oh, right. This one here with the cop, I think, came out in like 2020.
No.
So it was like right around the time of like all the George Floyd stuff, and you're like, yeah, they wouldn't have touched that.
True.
Oh no, they wouldn't have touched that with a 10-foot pole.
Lame. What the crap?
That's Punkwaddle.
That's not a mohawk.
I was going to say, Punkwaddle, what are you doing on TV? When were you part of the Power Rangers?
And he's got a butt on his head.
That's not me.
Or is those balls in his face?
Still not me.
It's part of Chris. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, hey, speaking of balls, Snowdub's in the house.
Wow, okay. How do we go from balls to snow? Speaking of balls,
do you know? Have you ever seen snowballs before?
Junkie, you gotta come by and check out the Cotton Council one of these nights.
I've checked it out a couple times, but I gotta check it out recently.
The cotton is growing.
I need to give me a puppet.
We'll head down to Joanne Fabric. We'll start fabricating.
We can't. Yeah. There's no Joanne Fabrics in our area no more. Those all went out of business.
No Michaels, no John.
No, it's still there.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
I was same place it's always been, right next to the frickin' Dunhams.
Really? I thought that closed.
No.
Okay. Well, then shit.
There you go.
I need to go there and make a puppet.
I will say this here was like the series I started out watching the Sentai with. I love the series. Dawn Brothers.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, we froze up. There we go. There's our carboy.
Yeah. I think Carboy is something else. Also, like, those are some sweet hubcaps. Or rims, I guess you could say. They're probably really attached in there.
Either or, who cares? I want them, and I'm going to put them on a helmet.
Yeah. You checked your tread lately? I mean, come on. I mean,
Okay.
would you call him a rivet head? Okay. Yeah. I'll stop.
But all this is building up to what is going. So right here, this one right here, Boom Boonger is the currently airing series, which is leading to the next one they're doing, which I gotta tell you, looks pretty good.
Okay.
50年目にしてナンバーワンの戦隊
Oh.
I
Very
kind of like
my-
simple.
It's got a bit of a wild motif to him. It's kind of got we got a little wolf thing going on. Looks like he's got sunglasses.
You would like the wolf ears and the wolf mouth, obviously, the silhouette. He looks in the claws and the shoulders. It does look.
Reminds me of a
intimidating.
mix of one of the Kamen Riders with that.
Yeah. Ironcaster's favorite.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely a mix between Geats and a Red Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
If a Red Ranger got a hold
of
of, if a Red Ranger got the Geeks, got the actual Geats morpher or Geats belt.
Yeah.
and then he flips it over and shoves his head up his ass.
Oh, nice. What?
Yeah,
You have not seen Geats? That does
Well,
happen.
that
I-
happened.
Oh, that's a neat power up, though.
I can find a clip for you.
Sweet. While you do that, Vince Wilmec says, "Did they steal the Inquisitor's lightsaber?" I don't know which came first, but also
Yeah, you're right.
I also think that if they did a GoFundMe for the Power Ranger sword, it probably would make. Because didn't that one not make for the Inquisitor sword or one of those things that they tried to do back then? There wasn't enough interest.
Oh,
So,
that was Reva's sword.
Oh,
Reva's
okay.
lightsaber, yes. Nobody wanted it. They couldn't figure out why.
She failed.
Nobody liked her. Nobody could figure out why.
Yeah.
Nobody liked Obi-Wan, this TV series. Nobody could figure out why. Maybe because they were all over with it. And really, truthfully, they're just... Yeah, never mind. We're just going to go with it. They were all over with it. They didn't focus on one thing. They focused on Reva, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, and Leia. And it's like, okay, that's ridiculous. And then Luke somehow got in the mix. Never mind. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. Hey, for those who actually want to see Obi-Wan the TV series, you can go to Disney Plus. There you go. I'm going to say I'm sorry for the first episode. I had nothing to do with it. But, if you watch the first episode and it sucks, I'm sorry. If you watch the rest, sorry. But the rest is on you.
So let me, because I'm sure this is probably get me copyright claims, but we're gonna come up with something on the fly. I just want to show you this little mechanic to it because it is dumb enough.
Okay.
So good.
And no, seriously, it is legitimately amazing. So he's like got his little henshin transform. Let's do this. And the belt flips.
Mm-hmm.
Chink.
Yeah.
It's a really good show.
Reminds me of the Hunger Games.
The thing is, actually, they have two particular things that they were using for inspiration. Squid Games because that had like just come out. That had just kind of like taken the scene. That was big. And Fortnite.
Oh, nice.
Because it is very much this like game of like you're eliminating the other players as you to try to be the number one to ultimately get the power to like reshape reality in your image.
And Gates already won once. We already saw that in the first episode. He won one tournament and they got sucked into another.
Mm-hmm. So it's all a question of like you're gonna survive and are you gonna accept the invitation, try to make the world the reality that you imagine.
I like his snap. Gates was a cocky son of a bitch, but he did kick some ass though.
Everyone thinks they're more clever than him, but you want to see the fox come out on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means, but yeah.
Although it was not really about him as much as also about the kid and then the girl that saw him and got the invitation too on the second round.
Oh, so I guess I should point out as well. Anyone who wants to check might want to check that out and see just how ridiculous and over the top this show gets. You can in fact watch it on Tubi for free. So come check it out over there. And yep. Vince, you're right. He's won more than just 2 games.
Oh, well, yeah. But you know, just what we can see in the show, though. Anyway,
needless to say, it keeps going up. There, it gets over the top, and you know, it's kind of one of those fun things I found was with that show is. It sort of gets to a point where like it was the right show for me at the right time because we've been suffering through all of the Marvel slop that's been coming out. Just the quality has fallen off and you're not getting that compelling storytelling. And then this show comes along. It's just a fresh breath of clean air where you want to see them having all this crazy action. We're watching guys in rubber suits, you know, actual rubber suits, not just a CGI fight scene.
Yeah.
And we're getting like 2 fights an episode for 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Dude. Or you know, Marvel can give you 8 episodes and half-ass it.
Mm-hmm.
My personal favorite will always still be 0-1.
Dude. 0-1 is so good.
No, yes.
So much of it is so good. And it gets to a point where I'm going to start saying that about like every show. Of course, I say this, but like, I'm not just gonna say they're all so good. They're all so amazing. Some of them I will say are frankly trash. What do I have for my list? Yeah, it's been a while, so I actually upped my list. But wait, no, what was this list? 8. There we go. Let me just to show I do have a little tier list I've been kind of keeping track of. Bing.
Oh,
Keats is deservedly at the top. He is.
I still have to catch what do they call it? What's the one below Geats?
Oh, Double?
Yep, I have not seen Double yet.
Yep. Double, Gaim, Xaid. Although if you want honestly, if you want to have just a simple little kind of easy way to get in and you happen to have access to Amazon Prime, you can't go wrong with Shin Kamen Rider.
Nope.
It's just a 2-hour movie that's kind of a retelling of the first like dozen or so episodes from the original show.
Okay.
So great little entry point, which by the way is getting a recut into like a little 5-episode series with some new scenes added in. So it's a good place to start to kind of get into this whole thing, especially with like, again, some solid like choreography. We're getting some decent like CG work throughout it as well.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, the episodic sounds a little bit of a movie sounds a little bit easier sometimes than finding the 2 hours because, yeah, being so busy with my puppet life, needing to try and play video games and trying to jump around streams and try to be not productive and making my own videos, you know.
Yep.
Wait, what?
And then you got the home life to take care of, and that just always has a big issue to kind of deal with. So you're never quite like
hashtag real life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so crazy sometimes. But
yeah.
But guys, I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty good. Let me get that off here.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
We actually had some good conversations tonight.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Positive.
Let's see. I do have one little thing I touch on. This is kind of a more personal thing. I finally finished Neon Genesis Evangelion.
And
yeah.
What the hell were those last 2 episodes?
Are we at bathtub with the toaster level of depressed, or
no?
I have not. I've not finished that, and I do have the box set.
Okay, the last 2 episodes were like they ran out of budget.
Okay, I feel like I watched most of it, but I don't know if I've watched all of it. Honestly,
let's see. Well, I keep giving Table more to watch because sharing is caring, and there's always so much more to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the beauty of it. We all have to. We all have so much to enjoy. Let's see. End of Evangelion is a proper ending. I'm gonna get there at some point, but at this point, I feel like I'm gonna kind of put the Eva on the shelf. I think it's a solid B+ at the moment, just because at the end of the day, like frankly those last 2 episodes really hurt the show. I felt, and it feels like they just didn't stick the landing like they should have. Overall, it's an enjoyable show. I like some of the characters. Misato is, of course, the GOAT. Everyone loves her, even though she's a hot mess.
Yeah.
You want to see Shinji just getting the fucking robot. The eternal meme of that. Rei and Suka are just kind of so-so.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that, hey, because there's been so much time since then, I don't have the nostalgia goggles over this show. What's your guys' thoughts on Debbie Does Dallas? I think it's in public domain.
There's a lot of there's a bit of things going to public domain. We get a few more mouse things, I think, and a few other things this year that would be interesting to see what people come up with and if they can stick to keeping the copyright-free things or get crossed over and get in trouble like last time.
Well, so I was looking at a list today, actually, for stuff that's going into the public domain,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of the 2 prominent things that kind of popped up on the list that I saw were Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yep.
And George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Bohemia.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I knew about Popeye. Like I said, I was talking with my nerdy, I'll out him, nerdy friend at dinner tonight. We were talking about some of the new Transformers and stuff we've talked about here, and he was talking about the public domain. So it really helps roll into this conversation when I hang out with him before the show.
I find that so fascinating because it's like there's almost the universe has this funny way of making things kind of come together sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It has a funny sense of humor, and sometimes we're the butt of the joke.
I feel like that's where I'm kind of at right now. I'm actually getting out there a lot more. I've been a lot of people have been getting a hold of me.
Yeah, like you were just on with Ryan Roger Athe on Friday.
Yes, and then Mr. Joel Clark asked me to do a review on his book, and of course, let me some freebies. And
there you go.
That is why I'm going all out for him, because he's like the second one who came out and asked me to do a review on his game. There was another company before him. They did Cursed Captains of Cthulhu, and I cannot remember the company's name, but I'll probably get it. But yeah, so I'm getting used to a new scene in my streaming, and it's kind of making me a bit nervous because I've never been there before.
Well, I mean, but isn't that at the same time, isn't that a bit of this also sort of the goal of trying to keep doing this stuff? It's like you are kind of building up this, you're building up these contacts as you go. You keep, hop on.
Oh, absolutely. I just, I guess it just caught me by surprise because I didn't think it would ever really happen.
Yep, and sure enough, things kind of start falling in place, and
yep,
it's all kind of fun coming together. Let's see. You had super chats. I paid to move it up the timeline of the movie. I'm gonna have to get on that. I mean, working in the super chats here, but that is for another day. No, but seriously, Ronnie, I will get to it soon. I can't promise I'm gonna get to it before I can't promise I'm gonna get to it before the year ends. But I will say I'm gonna try to hurry up and get to it. Before June. We'll put it that way.
At least get to it in January. It'd be a new, fresh year. Take a little bit of time off there, Ironcaster. Do whatever you got to do and then just do what you got to do to get things rolling.
Yeah, it's your thing. Do what you got to do.
Yep. And I keep saying one last thing, but there was. Speaking of January, and we were talking about the Rangers in this.
Yeah,
we have that new Red Ranger anime coming out.
Yes, I want to see that one.
That one looks.
I don't know why, but just because I actually would like to see a real Power Ranger anime, though.
Well, the thing is, the funny thing is, like, Super Sentai has been so influential. Like, so much of this anime already is influenced by it. I mean,
yes.
Oh yeah.
The fact that it's all there. That's all part of their culture. So it's all kind of feeding into itself. The Ranger becomes an adventure in another world.
I mean, you've got your favorite Super Sentai getting isekai. Ooh, if that's not a song yet, it will be.
And I mean, also kind of, if you look at like the design for the helmet here, it's got a kind of similarity to that new Ranger.
Yes, it does.
Well, that's some star power right there.
And it looks like he's teaming up with teaming up with Megumin from Konosuba.
And
there's darkness in the background.
3 episodes into maybe 4 episodes into Konosuba. And even though Shum likes it, I may still work on getting to the 3rd season.
Are you just watching it for the first time, or
yeah,
you're on season 1?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fun one, mostly because you want to see Kazuma suffer.
Fair enough. Like, I think I just watched one of the episodes with where the Dark Horseman comes back after they had dealt with him, and he's like, "You're still bombing my palace," and they're like, "What? I couldn't help it." So yeah, I'm way at the beginning.
Oh, like I said, it is a fun one to kind of watch. It's not one I would get super obsessed with like I do over like Overlord, which I'm slowly trying to recoup people into like checking that one out again. Like I started back on that bandwagon.
Yeah, I've heard you. I will say the chick with the hat kind of looks like from Rudius's master, Jobless Reincarnation, his first teacher.
Oh yeah, the one whose panties he stole.
Yeah, that one.
What the hell?
Tabletop. Make sure to add Jobless Reincarnation onto the list.
Roxy, thank you.
Will do.
Sorry, sorry, Mrs. Tabletop. But
I think you need a preemptive pardon at this point.
I think I need to get the hell out of here before I get in more trouble.
Well, you know, I think I already know her reaction.
Take him to Detroit. No! Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
And then
Yeah, I would survive down there.
But,
It would not be easy.
But of course, not without getting one of these first.
Yeah, but then I come back as big time lone wolf fist martial arts master.
But
you're lucky.
But I think with that, I think this is probably a good place to call to a close for tonight. Guys, everyone out there, be sure to come on check out these guys. Their links are down in the description. What have we got going on this week? Anything special?
So for me, I'm just doing videos. The next few days, I'll just be doing videos regarding Lone Wolf Fist and Joel Clark a little bit. Like I said, kind of going out for him. I'm actually going to do a workshop on his game, his core game book tomorrow. I should do a workshop. The next day, I'm going to do a solo play, and the next day, me and Witch King is getting together to do an actual play that's linked to the solo play. So this is me just getting around and trying to show off the system and see if I can get the guy some more thrust here. And maybe helping me to stretch goals, because he's got some stretch goals on his Kickstarter.
Ooh,
sweet.
I'm looking forward to seeing those from you guys because I want the guys. I've been on with the guy a couple times. I want to check out more of the system. I just got to find the time to play that for myself.
It's a little hard to wrap your head around. I did do a review. Check out the review tomorrow. But I will definitely walk you through that too, Ironcast, if you'd like, because I think I've been dealing with this book for 5 days, but I've been reading it 4 to 8 hours a day. It's really one of the only books I've been picking up lately because, it's just, I think it was worth definitely checking out. I definitely always wanted to play in an anime style Kung Fu of the end of the world.
Yeah, Vince. By the way, you are a lifesaver for me, Vince. Thank you so much with your many macro keys because I can't get all the stuff pre-programmed in time apparently. So you are part of the backbone of this channel, of these streams. I thank you ever so much.
Indeed.
And that's because he's too lazy to do it himself. I'm just kidding.
Well, but with that, Punkwaddle, what we got going on today? By the way,
pretty much the usual videos throughout the week and guest appearances. Yeah, I kind of can share the sentiment with you, what you're saying, Tabletop, about the thing about being on different channels and being connected with different people. You start making friendships in places that you don't necessarily expect. And then like, hey, we want you on. Hey, can you come be part of this conversation, part of this? And it's like, this isn't my realm of expertise, but it's like, but we appreciate your point of view and how you present things and how you think things through. So like, we think you're a valid person to have a conversation, even though it's left field for everybody. Well, okay. That sounds like fun.
See, I just think you keep getting invited because they can pay you in fish.
Shrimp and fish. Yeah.
Well,
it's a
guys,
small
with
pride.
Well, guys, with that, you can find me tomorrow over with Pops on over on Pops' channel for Talk Hard, where we are getting into Violent Night. So come check that out as we watch Santa deck the halls with some bad guys. With that, I think we're gonna be heading on out of here. Be good, stay true, make it mecha, and keep it real. So
and love each other.
Yeah, and love each other. Guys, happy holidays. If I don't see you before then, Merry Christmas. Go love your family.
Yeah. Get in the pit and try to love someone.